doesn't go as planned. Today you find out no Jimmy. It's just part of this gauntlet of East games for you guys to get this one. I know it's just one of like 45 wins or whatever it's been so far this year, but does this one feel a little more special? Does this one feel a little more?
It does, because they beat us 2 times in a regular season. So it's important to just stand your ground instead of going, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of getting beat 3-0, it was like, hey, we got to make a stand. We got to prove a point. And like I said before, I feel like this team can battle with anybody, and that's shown without Jimmy. And who knows how the game could have been if we had Jimmy.
Sorry, Bam, I waited this time. Thank you, my friend. Without Jimmy getting to the foul line like he usually does, was that more of a priority to you? Because it sort of helps pace the game, slow things down, let you guys get reset. Was that a conscientious effort? Or is that you looking and saying, whoa, they're guarding Marcus Smart on me, I'm going to bulldoze him? What was the sort of the thought process there?
Just finding my spots. I feel like last game I didn't do enough. And, you know, I was really I lost sleep over it last night. So today I was like, look, I got to do everything I can for this team to win. And, you know, that's sort of my mindset today.
You had a really good run with Kelly Olynyk, you guys starting together at the end of the previous season. And can you just sort of talk about how unique Kelly is to play alongside, and how in unconventional ways he still gets an awful lot done?
Kelly's special in his own way, as everybody can realize. You know, just having him on the court, he's an extra spacer, extra 3-point, and then he's 7 foot. You can't teach height at the end of the day. So, you know, he gets in there, rebounds with me. So it's helping me, and we feed off each other.
Hey, Bam. Good to see you. Both the Toronto game and tonight in particular, again, they're matching up with you on much smaller players than it looks like you're accustomed to. How aware are you of the matchup, and what are you trying to do to take advantage of some of the smaller guys? How can you take advantage?
When my teammates shoot the ball, you know, that's my biggest advantage. And on top of that, I'm quick just like them. So, you know, they got to guard me on the other end. I'm just not just traditional 5-man.
Hey, Bam. Yesterday you said Duncan's 4 threes weren't acceptable. Today he takes 11, makes 5. What was the message to him, and how much does that obviously help the offense when he's shooting the threes, whether he's making them or missing them?
It's a threat. You know, we can't have our best shooter on the team only taking 4 shots. Like, it just doesn't make sense. That's like D-Wade taking 6 shots and that's it. It just doesn't make sense. So my whole mindset today was we got to get Duncan the ball, and then we can feed off of Duncan. And we was doing that. And I'm glad he came with the mindset of I'm going to shoot every time I'm open.
Hi, Bam. Congratulations on the win. We saw some great games from the Heat already in Orlando. A lot of defensive variation tonight. You are looking amazing on the court. Is the Heat ready for the playoffs this early?
Yeah. I feel like we've been preparing for this the whole season. That's what this season's for, to prepare for the playoffs. And at this point, we got to learn how to just keep building on wins, you know. When we get in the playoffs, we're going to play that team from 4 times to 7. So we got to know everything about them, the tendencies, just know the whole stat sheet.
Hey, Bam. Spo was just describing you as a complete basketball player. What's it mean for the coaching staff to have that confidence in you to orchestrate the offense?
Trust. You know, I feel like I've built that with Spo through my 3 years being here. And I'm gonna continue to keep building my trust with him. You know, he's looking at me as one of the young leaders, and it's my job to produce.
Duncan, obviously people have been talking about how other teams are going to make sure you don't get the shot. They've been defending you with smalls and running with you on all your routes. How important was it for you to create space today to get shots and to have the confidence at the end because you had gotten shots to then step up and hit those 2 late daggers?
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to my teammates, coaching staff, just putting me in situations to be successful, seeking me out. I got to be aggressive, and even if it's making a hard cut or coming off a screen hard, just to sacrifice and get somebody else open. I can't just stand. I can't be a spectator, and I got to continue to do that and move around and put stress on defenses, whether I'm making shots or not, and just continue to be aggressive. So I thought I was able to do that a little bit in stretches tonight.
And Duncan, with Jimmy out today, obviously you went to a different lineup. Kelly's a really unique player. What's it sort of like out there with sort of his, it looks maybe like not a lot's getting done, and all of a sudden you look at the box score and he's got every box filled. How unique is he to play with?
He's so skilled. Offensively, he's a nightmare just because he can do so many different things. And he's creative and has such a great feel for the game. When we play through him, we tend to do really well because he's unselfish, he makes the right play, and he can also score and hurt you in a variety of ways. So, and he does a lot more than that. He communicates on defense, rebounds, battles out on that end of the floor as well. So we certainly love having him out there.
Hey, Duncan, when you were watching film from yesterday's game, what did you notice, and how did, those adjustments translate into today's game?
I felt that I was being a little bit of a spectator. I was kind of doing some unorthodox things. I was standing a lot, and then I found myself like screening on the backside and trying to cut, which I do sometimes, but instead of just providing the ball space and just being a weapon, just through the threat of a floor spacer. So I tried to be a little bit more aggressive, just right from the jump and come out and hunt shots. And my teammates really found me in situations to be successful. I missed some early, but I just try to, keep shooting and doing my job.
I know teams have been trying to find ways to stop you all season, but the last two games when they're putting smaller guys on you, is that something that's fairly new, and what challenges does that present to you?
Not necessarily. I've seen it at different times. But yeah, they like to put guards on me that can maneuver screens and make it difficult and stay attached. It's just finding ways to be creative, sacrificing and maybe getting somebody else open, still running my cuts hard, and also still being aggressive and just flying off of actions, creating switches, overreactions, whatever it is.
Duncan, the two corner threes in the fourth. The first one was the kick out from Andre. I can't remember the second one. I apologize. But,
it's all good.
But you went out to yell after the second one, like that one, because I think it put you up 10 or something. So in this year of moments for you, how much are you enjoying all of them? I mean, especially ones like that pretty much, and yeah, there was some work left to do. But
sure.
No one pretty much put the hammer on the game, those two.
Yeah, honestly, this one meant a lot. I'm from 45 minutes north of Boston. I grew up going to TD Garden. So, we played them multiple times. We haven't done well. I haven't done well. And I was reminding myself of that constantly. So I just wanted to impact winning, come out and impact winning and try to do something. Fortunately enough, I was able to hit those shots down the stretch and help my team win. But this whole experience being here in the bubble has been incredibly special, just with this group of guys and growing and learning and coming together and trying to win games.
Back-to-back, not having Jimmy. I'm sure there was residual disappointment from yesterday. And then this. How the resiliency of this team is something you've talked about pretty much since October, but is there any better way to illustrate it than what happened tonight?
Yeah, and there's a deep respect for our opponent. We see what they're capable of. Their guys are really good offensively and aggressive. They can put you in a lot of twisting and compromising positions, but that's been a quality of our group the entire season, just to continue to persevere, try to get better, learn from games, whether we win or lose. It was a tough loss, last night, but we got right back to work in our team meeting and walked through this morning to prep. And a lot of guys stepped up. This couldn't be 2 or 3 guys playing well. You were going to need several guys playing well and doing it over the course of 48 minutes.
Is that one of the unintended advantages of the bubble? Is that there's not even like a plane ride? Like you get right back in. When you lose whatever, you're right back at.
Yeah, and I think probably everybody, feels that way. Everybody has to do one back-to-back. It's probably similar to your home back-to-backs like we've had this season with it's Friday, Saturday night. Where you're sleeping in your own bed. It does matter. It does make a difference if you're not jumping on a plane and arriving, in a hotel in a different time zone at 3 a.m. Those are legitimately, tough on teams, all teams. But We had a little bit more time to bounce back too. It wasn't 24 hours, it was 30 hours. I guess that counts.
Like 6 hours.
Eric, I know it's very soon. Goron, anything? Do we know what it is? How severe? Anything along those lines?
No, I do not know yet.
And then usually Jimmy can settle a game by getting to the foul line and sort of getting things in order. Today it was Bam, a career high 18 free throws.
Absolutely.
How important was it to have someone to work his way to the line and to get those moments where you guys could exhale shorthanded and then go out and attack again?
Supremely important. We wanted to get the ball in our all-stars' hands since Jimmy was out, and have them either facilitate or put pressure on their defense. Our shooters were running all over the place and creating triggers and openings, but you need somewhere where the ball can just settle and that you can trust that you'll get something solid on that possession. That's who Bam is for us, particularly with Jimmy out, whether we're getting him in the post or the high post quite a bit, and then a few times on pick and rolls. But he was just really, really aggressive, and it was fitting that he had that possession-saving, block at the end and 50-50 rebound.
And then you look at a guy like Kelly, who I don't know if anyone can quantify or describe his game specifically, but all the stuff he does filled the box score today. How important was it, and how interesting is it to have that unique of a player to throw in there in situations like this with Jimmy out?
Yeah, he's you can't put him in a positional box of whether he's a center or power forward. He's a hybrid in his own right, just in a totally different way. But he played a really impactful winning game for us. And when we weren't playing through Bam, we were trying to create some kind of trigger with KO, whether we're running him off screens or putting the ball in his hands. And he made a lot of good reads for us.
Hey, Spo, yesterday you said that Duncan tends to figure it out pretty quickly. Yesterday they limit him to, I guess, zero made threes. Today he makes 5 and 2 really big ones. What is it about him just and what he's become as a player? He can just bounce back like that one day to the next.
Anthony, what I was talking about earlier about our team, that really is, those are the qualities that Duncan Robinson embodies. He has incredible persistence and perseverance. So he was running his routes with a lot more force and determination tonight. And the ball tends to find energy. He was really aggressive. We needed him to be assertive and hunt for open looks. And if they double teamed him, he's become much better at making the right play.
And I know the defense has not been perfect over these first 3 games, but what have you – there was talk before, seeding game started, just wanting to improve on that end. What have you seen on that end of the court, just these first 3 games, and what improvement have you noticed?
Well, we were able to drill on it a little bit more. I don't want to understate the fact that we added, some new guys. Coming out of training camp in October, for about 6 weeks, our defense was pretty solid. And then that's where we started to find some inconsistency from that point on. So we're just kind of honing in on the details and our habits. And the guys have been, I would say a little bit more locked in these games.
Eric, you described some of Bam's plays late in the game today. Over the past 3 games you guys have played, he's defended Jokic, Siakam, today some Jaylen Brown, a wide range of players, and then you guys have Giannis on Thursday, he's defended very well in the past. How would you describe some of Bam's mental and physical qualities that make him so effective against this wide range of offensive players, particularly a guy like Giannis who's coming up?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that matchup till we get there, but Bam is a complete basketball player. He wants to win and he wants to impact winning on both sides of the floor. He's willing to take on any challenge, which that's unique. And he continues to study and get better and get more disciplined, and he should be considered as a all defensive player.
You mentioned the discipline aspect.
Whenever our defense is good, he's the anchor of it.